Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel. We're looking to what's going on intuitively in the world, from the political to the personal.
You can book personal readings on my website, rosieinsights.com. Rosie and Karina News Digest. Rosie Insights started about 7 years ago as Rosie Psychic Investigator, looking at news related to the Trump administration. Over the years, I have followed the practice of doing research about what's going on in the news, making that a core feature of my content. As of November 7th, 2024, I have had Karina as my daily guest slash partner for the series after the election. We are committed to working as a pair on this series at least until this election situation is resolved. Karina lives in Arizona, loves crystals, and is a certified aromatherapist. She is working on her website for private client healing appointments. We'll share her info once it's ready. Karina started as Rosie's, meaning my client, about 5 years ago, and then we became friends and started sharing the conversations we were having privately already. This channel is about looking at current news and events through an intuitive lens and sharing intuitive information. This content is for entertainment purposes only. Trust your intuition. This channel is just one source. Do your research, trust your intuition. You are the master of your own beliefs. What we won't do: conform. We do not conform with what other channels say necessarily. This is an independent channel, as is theirs. If you have a question about what you heard on another channel, ask that channel. On to today's episode. If you like this video, subscribe and press like. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Rosie and Karina, Psych Investigators. So we're back after 2-day break.
Yes.
So hello, everybody.
Hello.
And it was just a break of like to recharge energy because energy was heavy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday up until it was really intense morning until late afternoon. Then it lifted. And then everybody who got nice messages saying, oh, everybody's expecting, what we saw remains to be right. It's still in the works. But I want to share this. I thought this was a sign. It was an incredible sign, and it's an amazing experience. So I ordered. This is such bizarre. I still don't understand what happened. So I ordered an item on Amazon, and it was just these mesh bags that I just to organize like things. Those bags like this, right? Like this. I've ordered stuff like this before. It looks exactly the same. But somebody's sent me this package. They manually number all of them. I don't know why. But this is not. So first I see this, and then at the bottom of this comes a folded Trader Joe's bag. And the folded, so I'm putting all of them here. The folded Trader Joe, look at the bag that I recently, like, this is not what I ordered. I did not order a Trader Joe's bag, but they put it in there. So, like, and this is from Amazon, like, how random. So look at so the first thing I saw, it was folded. Maybe I should remove, hold on a second. I should remove all the things that I put in here to show you more easily. It's a little heavy with all the things. So Washington, D.C. Okay. Washington, D.C., Trader Joe's, you see here, named after a guy. This is inverted image. So you're named from a guy called George, named after a guy called Joe. And this is Washington, D.C., right here, it says. Oh, and it's because it's flipped, right? Here, the
No,
image
you're
right?
good. Perfect.
So this is like the bag that I received that I had not ordered with this message. Okay. And here's the White House. Like, this is okay. So
And you know what? Look at it's got a cherry blossom on, which
that's right. Quinn,
and then the
you talked about it, right? This,
yeah,
this will be the scythe. You know, something sudden, the image of like the Normandy Guard, that's sudden. Now, here's
eagle,
on
the
this side,
eagle.
look, this is Lincoln says, thanks for listening. Here is in this temple, what as in the heart of the people for whom he saved the Union. The memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever. I get goosebumps reading
Yeah.
this.
Oh my gosh.
Because, okay, isn't that bizarre? This is so strange. How am I, first of all, I did not order a bag from Trader Joe's. It was
Mm-mm.
in a package of these things that somebody decided to write on them and put this bag in. I would, and normally I would return something like this. Like, I didn't order this. Like, what the hell is reused or something? But no, I thought it's lucky. I'm
Yes.
not returning it. I'm keeping it because it's amazing that I received, and it was just on Sunday, the day that we were taking the time off, and it was around the time where things lifted. By the time I opened this package, because it was a few hours later, I think I was using something else that was in the same box. Then I opened it, and it's what it was. So, so it's a sign, I think. Okay, the
Yes.
show is
I love
working.
it.
So, all right, so let's pause and then move to the next subject. There's a lot to talk about today. Okay, so now let's start this. So the next subject is something that I was talking to Karina, and there's so much people send me things. There's a lot to talk about today, but because this is like the first thing that caught my eye just now, and it's related to something somebody sent me. So
Mhm.
someone has sent, I don't remember who, but I remember reading because I see all these messages. I don't always reply, long story. But the point is that somebody had mentioned this. And in fact, this is from the FBI. So the FBI is seeking information that leads to the identity of a UAS. UAS means unknown aircraft,
Unidentified.
unidentified aircraft system pilot, whose drone collided with a Super Scooper airplane conducting fire suppression operations at the Palisades Fire near Malibu, California. Details and how to contact the FBI. So this is look at how much it damaged the plane.
Hmm.
And it's like, why again, and I'm not going to be like a conspiracy theorist here, but we have the Russian guy was caught with a drone crossing the border. I'm not saying it's Russians necessarily, but why would you, in the middle of a fire, why would you have a drone flying over like, it makes no sense. And
Right.
and like, so what the hell is up here with this situation? And the fact that the FBI is, who knows? I don't think it could not be an accident personally. I don't understand how, right?
Mm-mm.
So, so tell me what the question, okay, there's the protection, Rena.
Yes.
I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle, I step into it, I step into it. I feel protected, I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources that create the good and only the good, and so it is. Okay. So, so now, um, so what happened in this? What is this? Who is the person? What were they doing? Was it on purpose? Are they Russians or not or whatever? Okay, so let's pick up.
Okay.
All right, so tell me, so tell us what's going on here with this person. Who did it? Why? What's the deal? Yeah, I see a man. I actually feel like he could be American, bearded, and around that. I don't know. Could it be? And I don't know if is it possible to mean these things without like from far. I feel like I see him kind of hiding the bushes with a piece of cloth around his nose to
Hmm.
protect him from the fire. And he's like, "Yeah, they think these guys are gonna stop it." No, no, no. So wow, and it is telling me, wow, this is crazy. It's crazy because I'm kind of, I have some interest in tech or whatever. But it's saying it just told me he's a software developer. It told me. So it was
Oh.
Luigi, right? The guy who killed
Hmm.
the, um
Hmm.
the CEO thing guy. So it's saying is one of those brainwashed people, I think, could be the far right follower. But he looks like he has long hair for some reason, I see. So So yeah, but he was, and
Hmm.
okay, I do see the face of Elon Musk behind him. So okay, Corinna, when we talked about the fire, there was a video on Thursday of last week
Yeah.
that covered this. Did we? I felt like we talked about it being Trump being involved in this and
Hmm.
either
Hmm.
propagating, creating, or big part of it
Yes.
could be them. And then I see Elon Musk like, yeah, we did it.
Hmm.
And but like, do you because that's kind of like I'm seeing the guy is saying he's associated with Elon Musk somehow. Is it be
Hmm.
a fan of his or could wow, I don't know. It's so very heartbreaking actually to look at this
Excuse
like
me.
this. Do you
It is. It is. I immediately heard the word nefarious, so obviously it was. And I saw a lake
mm,
because it was a water. I think it was a water tanker.
mm,
It's not the right word, but I saw a lake and I saw some big boulders around the lake and somebody hiding behind the boulders.
mm.
So yes, it meant nefarious for me. Um,
Yeah, I see this guy
and
sitting cross-legged. Maybe
mhm,
it's like, and then like, oh, wait, they're coming. He's like, he saw their planes, they're coming. So he did the thing. Yes, yes.
yeah, and I do pick up that it is, gosh, I'm is sorry to say, but it is feels to me very much a part of a chaos and and I'm just going to say the word terrorists because that's what it feels like. It feels like some of these are to look over here, destruction, destroy. So everything is chaotic and so there's so much fear going on. Yeah, there's nothing good about it. Oh my
Mm.
God.
Okay, so the next question, will the FBI catch this person? And it's so soon.
Mm, I believe so.
Yeah, interesting. I saw that they're looking at like they could geolocate like you know how cell phones they see crime shows a lot like whoever was in a certain area at a certain
Mm-hmm.
towers can tell. So the
Mm-hmm.
same way they could tell the people that were in the towers like who had their phones and that's how they're going to track this guy.
Yeah.
And I think so, and it's gonna start. They're gonna have to talk. It's gonna come out soon
Mm-hmm.
because those people. This is a bizarre thing. Those people are not used to like being under pressure. You know, once they get with law enforcement hardcore gets to them, they're like, oh, they're not tough like that.
No. Mm-mm.
So
Mm.
they're like, wow. And it's saying it's the same people who do like doxing attacks and like stuff. To them, it's all like video game. It's not reality.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I feel like, yeah, haha, it's funny or something. It's like sociopaths, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's saying he's gonna go to prison for 10 or 12 years, this person. So he's like, wow,
Yeah.
wow. And he's even said he could have gone to Stanford. It's like a lot of times those people, a lot of those tech people, their minds are like,
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's funny is like I get this image of a muddy footprint and like them taking the cast of the muddy footprint. And I was, it's like he's wearing a certain kind of shoe or something that is very identifiable.
mm, 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 mm.
Yeah.
So,
So that
wow.
could be also a way that they could
And then
help.
I see immediately that there's a fit. Then I see this like okay, it's giving me this image of a crime show that I've watched before where it's like they take the person to an investigation room that has all these pictures and it shows him and then there's like a line to Elon Musk. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
gonna get to like
absolutely.
that he's involved.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, he's friends with Elon's friend such and such asked me to do it. And I was like, yeah, sure, man. I don't like Gavin Newsom. So so it's gonna wow. So it's like a criminal gang. No, I'm
Yeah.
not a criminal. I'm a software developer. I'm not a criminal.
Yeah. I
So
work for fun. Yeah. I'm okay.
wow. So wow, and wow, the other message I get here is like these people were also involved in the election interference. This is a group. It could even be pretty big of like
Hmm.
their what is it? Their soldiers or something.
Yeah.
But more like cyber, right? Not like physical soldiers, but
Right.
wow, I mean,
Still a little terrorist group, you
yeah,
know?
that's right, that's right. Made of very wealthy, well-connected people.
Yes,
So it's
exactly.
wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh my,
So
that's
wow.
why I just saw the shoe again, and that's what I heard. It's a special shoe because it's rich. it's like a tech, it's like a cool shoe that a techie would
Hmm.
wear, something like that.
Hmm.
So it's identifiable in a way that they would
Hmm.
kind of know what kind of person to look for.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, wow. All right. So we have to, I think that we can move to the next subject. This is intense, right?
Yeah,
Can I move to
yeah,
the next
yeah.
subject?
That's
Because,
subject.
okay, before we move to the next subject, I think we want to ask, because honestly, I don't remember on Thursday what talked about it. I just want to know how involved did we talk about it? I think we did, right? But I want to know more.
I,
Again,
yeah, we
how
can ask
involved,
again.
yeah, how involved is Trump in the fires? And the same with Elon Musk, since he's showing up here. So
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
involved are, first, how involved is Trump? And how involved, okay, so how involved is Trump? In he's saying yes, involved in the fires,
Hmm.
yes. Okay.
Hmm.
And then how involved is yes. But we're saying just like the election.
Hmm.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
their plan. Their plan is to have something like that in place that once he gets in there, they can, call for martial law, stuff like that. It's that kind of feeling. If
Mm-hmm.
we can create situations like this, it'll be easier for us just to go right in and do what we want.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's right. So, okay. So, wow. All right. So let's pause here and then come back to the next subject. Okay, so this next subject here is something that there's somebody I trust and talk to very often. She was saying usually I say this, oh, I don't want to look into whatever other people said. Just that's not something I'm really interested to do because I have to do research first. And and this is one of those topics, right? So I did
Hmm.
do research just because the information you gave was about water systems hacking, something like that. So I looked it up and it confirms and it checks out. So I
Hmm.
want to share this with you because so when I paused the last subject just now, I was talking between Corinna and I, we were talking here, and I said, Corinna, how much, inquiring on Trump's role in all this. So then I remembered this whole story of the water pressure.
Yeah.
So when hackers get into these water companies, they can control, they can get into the system that controls water pressure. And we know that Karina was just saying, right? I wasn't paying attention. Honestly, I try to avoid the news about the fire because it
Right.
was depressing. But you said that it was something that they were talking about, how there was not enough
Right.
water pressure to fight the fires.
Right.
And then, so let me share, guys, with you before. So I'm going to share all of this before we start asking the questions. So apparently there was mention that someone said, this is what I'm quoting from someone who was telling me about the video that she watched. She said something that Trump was obsessed about water pressure and he's been talking about it for years. And this is true. Here's 2020, right? I look up Trump water pressure. Water pressure in a public water system does not, right? So here it is. He complains about low water pressure. So he's always complaining about water pressure. And you know how whatever he talks about is what he does, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is true. Trump back whining about water pressure, and here is January of this year, ranting at length about water pressure and windmills that are dry, right? That's a Russian propaganda term because Russians always attack windmills because they don't want any use of alternative energy.
Right.
So water pressure, water pressure. So okay, then here it's something on the right, right? He talks about importance of water pressure and such. So, okay, now then we have checking the idea that, so not idea. In fact, it's true that there have been a lot of hackings of water supplies, right? So here is the US sector suffered extreme cyber attacks over the past year and a half from a mix of cyber criminals, hacktivists, and nation state hacking systems. Now I went here and read and said, here it is. A high-profile cyber attacks in the U.S. water utilities over the past year has just kept flowing. Now, here is the article. It's from December. It's not even a month old. Okay, so 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, pretty much, this came out. Now, here, what's important here, in one incident, pro-Iranian hackers penetrated a Pittsburgh area water utilities PLC and defaced the touchscreen with an anti-Israel message, forcing the utility to revert to manual control of its water pressure regulation system. Okay, so again, another one here is the connect. So ransomware. infiltrated some backend system that exposes customers' data, right? So really, there's a lot of those. Now, what I wanted to say here is that there's another one so I looked up California right
Mhm.
here. One second. And this is from October. So 2 months, like, okay, so November, December, 3 months ago, right?
Mhm.
Water supplier American Water Works says systems hacked. Now, because it came up because I was looking up a water company, California, something like that. So services more than 14 million people. Let's see. Now, again, it was hacked. So why would they be interested in this? Here it is. Now, here what I'm saying. It manages more than 500 water and wastewater systems in about 1,700 communities in California, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, blah, blah, blah. So, so this is like, it's a thing. It's 100%
Yeah.
real. It's not a conspiracy theory at all.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, like I said, I think I had, told you guys that there was a hand of GRU, German, the Russian, uh, just Russian military intelligence, right? They are the ones that do
Mhm.
sabotage all over the world. Even this guy was working, the one that was caught with the drone, right, was working for Wagner, but who knows? Maybe he's associated with the GRU as well. But so, in other words, they're the big top intelligence people who plan these things, right? So you have a situation that where there's hacking, right? If
Mhm.
one says, okay, let's start a fire, we can make sure the water pressure is low. Like, I don't, it connects. So I
Yeah.
guess now after we explained all of this, then here's a question. Were the was the water pressure were the water pressure systems hacked as a means to prevent? Yes, I say yes. Yes, Rosie. And I see that the governor isn't, wow, you know what? Okay. It's leading me to the thing that um we're going to talk about next, which is that I think rumor, but I'm not sure it's confirmed. I think it is confirmed as far as the flight that
Right.
NATO went, or NATO plane, or plane is used by NATO, went to California, then it went to DC.
Mhm.
So I get that he was explaining, yes, that there was a hacking of the water system. Yes, he knows it. He knows that that was a fact, and it was very hard to control the water pressure.
Right.
And it's something that since Trump talks about, oh, but the water pressure is so low, it's always low, but it was made artificially low before, and it's saying people in those communities. You said it right, Karina, that it was in the news that there was no. What was it? They said
Right.
Malibu, and what was it?
Pacific Palisades as well. They one fire was starting, another fire was starting, another fire, and people were saying there's the fire department's on their way, but there's no water and there's no water pressure. So
Okay,
there was no water
there's a
pressure
connection.
to
Okay,
fight the
I see.
fire.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So wow. Okay. So there is something. Yeah. So it was. It's saying. Tell me. It's telling me. It's the words that come to me. There's. And I goes on to say it before I even say it. It's a full-on scale terror attack on American soil. That's what it's
Yes.
saying. I'm
Hmm.
getting. I'm
It
getting.
is.
And the president knows it. And they're saying the president knows it, and the president is going to do something about it. Yes, those people. Oh, now it's coming to me like those
Hmm.
people don't
Keep
know what
going.
hit them. The people don't know what hit them. They have and I see they have the little dots. They have they pinpointed the locations and know there's something from the sky. The signals are coming. They have the information. They know it was not coincidental. They are alerting Biden. They are talking to Biden every day, all the time. This is not going to. So they're going to have to halt it. They're going to have to halt it because there is a terror attack happening in the country, and they know that Trump is somehow involved in this,
Hmm.
and he's essentially. Well, the words are coming out of my mouth. I can't even believe what's coming out of my mouth. It's saying Trump was involved in essentially a large scale terror attack.
Hmm.
And it shows me God, you know, it shows me the face of God. Oh my God, but I'm just like, I have to pray here because it's so dark. Assad. Bashar al-Assad, because you know why? So you guys know that I've, read about this and such, but it was so the Syria civil war, what happened was Assad went after the communities that were Sunni Muslims that were like there was
Right.
anti him supposedly, right?
Hmm.
But because they just want to change and you
Mm.
couldn't criticize him, right? But then he's like, oh, all those Sunni Muslims. he targeted the areas, specific cities, and it's saying the same thing. Trump
Mm-hmm.
knows that there's a lot of liberals that live in these communities. And it's like he even knew, oh, there's Hollywood people gonna laugh. Who's laughing now? Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
So he went after the people that don't like him. Like how could you
Mm-hmm.
so so wow. So
And it gives him a great talking point and a great,
mhm,
great start to start out with martial law. Anything he wants to do. This is for him, these are talking points, which
mhm,
is so sick,
mhm,
so sick
mhm.
that this would be
Wow.
considered
Oh,
talking
and the
point.
first thing, you know what, I get, Corinne, the first thing they want to do is get to the people that have proof for their election being stolen. That's their
Of
first
course,
thing, what they're going to do, what
of
they
course.
want to do, right? So, and then it shows me an image of Biden stepping on a car brake. He puts a brake on their plans, basically.
Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. So, wow, it's intense today. It's intense. Wow, Corinne. So do we pause to look at the next topic? Because it's related.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Unless you're ready to go to it, but
Do it what?
let's
What?
let's pause. Let's pause.
Yeah, let's pause and then
Yes.
we'll go to the next topic, which is connected to this, but it's a little different. Okay, so we're back, and the next subject is going to be it's we have to give you some information before we move to the next subject. This next subject is going to be the issue about NATO, the NATO plane. But before we go there, so we paused the conversation. We're talking about the water and Trump's responsibility relationship to this. And Karina she was telling me things that came to her, and she was a little scared because she didn't want to scare people with what she was seeing. And I got information from Spirit just now that it's okay to say it's a situation that is not fear mongering. It could be reality. So go ahead and share. I got the okay that it's okay to share this. So go ahead, Karina.
Okay.
Okay.
While Rosie was speaking about the fire and what was coming to me was that it, it's might be happening all over the country this week. So we might see an uptick in terrorist attacks or explosions, fires, that kind of thing. So please just be aware of your surroundings. I want to tell you to stay out of crowded places. If you don't have to be in crowded places, don't. Just be very aware this week of what you're doing and where you're at,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because I do see that.
mm-hmm.
It's a
So,
very possibility because it's a week of chaos, distraction. Look over here. Oh my gosh, it's just all of that. So please just be aware.
and as Karina is saying this, I'm getting remember a comment I read, I think on one of the posts on one of the videos. Someone said something about, I think it was Vedic astrology was saying, or some astrology said it's something in March is this shift into this other era. And it's saying kind of like what it is for somewhat similar, but a little bit different from the whole Pluto to Aquarius thing, that they're pushing it so much because it's their last grasp. And they're
Hmm.
doing it for real because it's like, and there's a force, it has to happen. So they, this is, and so, as you know, guys, I've historically always been very anti, like, I'm not a fear monger. I don't say things to people. I never want to scare people. But
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, this is hardcore what they're doing. And this, to me, the fire situation was on a whole new level. And
Ugh,
it's extremely, right? It's like they're
yeah.
attacking the country for real. And
Hmm.
then also, that this is the thing. It's the crucial moment, and this reminds me. So, the NATO plane was going to come next because this reminds me. Now I think I have to talk about it because it's connected to what you just said, Karina.
Okay.
And I'm just going to find it. I didn't find the exact link, but it's this that there were people posting about Bannon, and now I don't know if it was today or very recently. He was already saying online, not online. He has a TV like a video podcast or something.
Podcast. Yeah.
So he said apparently inauguration has to happen, and it has to happen even if it's in an airplane. Now, think about it, like if a president was elected normally, right? Why would you have to be so concerned about inauguration? Of course, it's going to be inauguration, right?
Right.
Why would
Right.
you be worried? But the fact that Bannon is putting it out there,
Mm-hmm.
suggests that he knows there's a chance it could not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because there, in other words, there's something nefarious about it, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so let me just see if I can actually find, let's see if I did I save it? 1 second. I see. No. So, oh, just 1 second. Let me find it. So, what was it? It was like Bannon, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this person, so okay, so now we don't know yet. Okay, so I don't for some reason I don't feel like this person is lying. I think she even asked here, so hey, can people who watch heard Bannon talking about speeding up the inauguration and having Trump take the oath of office in a plane, please send me the video. So I think it's not I can't quite find the source of it, but I believe it. It's too
Yeah,
specific,
I've
right?
heard that too. I've
So
heard
I
that.
know he said he's pushing for the inauguration no matter what, whatever. So the point, right? Like whatever. I mean, the details, we don't know the exact details, but I believe it because they
Mm-hmm.
also wanted this extra inauguration rallies. So why would they say that, right?
Right.
And even according to the whole concept, like I don't think it's gonna happen. Like the whole idea that Trump wants to escape, like if this whole thing, like oh he's gonna have you know what I mean? I wonder.
Yeah.
So okay, let's ask this. It's kind of an interesting question. What does Steve Bannon think is going to happen? Okay, let's just see. I know that he hates Elon Musk. He's trying to push out Elon Musk. But you know what? Let's actually, because I want to picture him as we talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, all right. All right. So again, the question is, what does Steve Bannon think is going to happen to the Trump inauguration? Does he, right? In other words, does he think it's not going to happen? What does Steve Bannon think is going to happen when the term comes to inauguration? Okay, so I'm just picking. So I see him talking, the same girl's face. They know. They know. Do you think they don't know? They know. They know. They have it. They have the information. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Of course
Mm-hmm.
they do. They know. They know. Come on. And it's like, they're not going to let him. Well, you know what? No. So what? You know what? We'll just say they took, well, whatever. So we know it's our mouth against theirs. What do they
Mm-hmm.
know? What do they know? Yeah, they know. There's people like telling him, they know that, well, we'll just take over power anyway. We're gonna do it anyway, sooner or later. So this is a time. Let's do it. So
Yeah.
he is like,
Mm-hmm.
he knows. Now it's so interesting that I got the information here about. So you guys saw. Let me share this again because I I was unintentionally getting information actually. So this is there. You can find lots of videos about this. There's many of the channels that are pro Democrats that show him trashing Elon Musk. Now I got this thing with Elon Musk. It's kind of interesting. He knows that Elon Musk's involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to blame, he's already setting up a situation where he's like, Trump did nothing. He didn't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk got involved. We had nothing to do. So they this is what I think is happening. He wants to like
Mm-hmm.
scapegoat. I'm not saying
Yeah.
obviously Elon Musk is guilty, right? He didn't. But I mean, allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only, whatever, right? Like, but
Right.
right, so he's involved,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Yes.
Steve Bannon wants to be like, oh, no, 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 come on. He wanted to be like Trump. He wanted to take over.
Yeah.
The presidency, come on. No,
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to take over. And now look at the guy, whatever. It's him. Trump has nothing to do with that. He was the one who cheated. Oh, and I'm like, wow, what I think also, wow, Steve Bannon is like, the guy's rich. Just take his money, man. Huh, take his
Yeah.
money. Just get rid of him. Just throw him in a prison, whatever. Just take his money. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly. No, you're
he's
right.
like, he wants to take down Elon Musk, take his money, put him in prison. Whoa,
Yeah.
because he knows the whole plan is to blame Elon Musk for the
Yeah.
whole thing. Wow, interesting.
Yeah. That's why he's so desperate to get Trump inaugurated.
That's right.
Yeah. He's so
Wow. So,
desperate. That's why he said it even has
yes.
to happen in a plane.
That's it because there's a power struggle
Right.
between them, between like the Elon and and the old
Right.
schoolers. So like,
Mm-hmm.
let's do it. Like, look what putting us. They just
Yeah.
take the money, man. Take this money and go. Come on. Wow. So
Yeah.
he's using this as an excuse to be like, oh, the guy, he's a criminal. Let's just go to him.
Yeah.
So
He's all his
interesting.
fault.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's the
Wow.
same thing with Project 2025. No, Trump has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. It's not him. And then the
Yeah,
second
that's
he
right. That's right.
wins, it's like, ha ha ha, we
So it's about
gotcha.
that's right. And I see they know that Trump is kind of like his mind is going kind of. So they have whoever is going to take over. They just want the coup to happen for real.
Right. It,
Wow.
it is.
So
It's their own little coup,
wow.
only it's not with, guns and pitchforks this time. So
Wow. Wow.
they think they can get Trump in and then get Elon out of there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. So damn, today is hot, hot, hot information.
Yeah.
So okay. So Karina, wow, I'm like, wow, I'm shook. So, and guys, honestly, there may be times in this week that I maybe do like 2 videos a day or something, like, some breaking news,
You
because
never know.
it could be so intense. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, now
Hmm.
the next thing is, um, let's go to the NATO plane, but let me just before we go, let me actually ask here. So, where is Steve? Let's just ask this. The day, so the inauguration is supposed to be the 20th. Let's see. I know, okay. I know people asking, oh, what are the plans? Of course, Trump's plans are always nefarious. He has nefarious plans for the 19th. I kind of, it's like, let's just jump to the 21st because will be the day after inauguration. So I want to know, where is Steve Bannon going to be? How is he going to be feeling on January 21st? Because that will tell us what happened
Okay.
the day after the supposed, right?
Right.
So so tell me, let's see here. So Steve Bannon, show me so January 21st, 2025, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Where is Steve Bannon? I see that he's like somewhere in the basement. His mouth is foaming. A rabid dog. And
Yeah.
he's in custody. You see, he's in custody. Weird. Really? Why would he? He's such a nice guy. He was pardoned. Why would he be in custody? He's involved in planning coups. All
Mm.
right. He's connected to this. That's right. They caught him. So that's why there's like a little foam coming out his mouth. So did Steve Bannon enjoy the inauguration? There was no inauguration. He's saying,
Yeah.
so, it's like,
Yeah.
and I never forgot in the early days of the other Trump administration, right? 2017. There was an interview of him. I never forgot. There was a vein here, the neck vein was popping because
Right. That's right.
so angry and like like and you could see the vein pop
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and like almost bursting. And
Yeah.
that's what it was. And it's saying that it's the same person. It only got worse. So
Uh,
Steve Bannon. Okay, so let's see. Now, do you pick up anything, Corinne, about Steve Bannon on the
oh,
21st?
the first image I got was there was alcohol bottles just all around him, like empty ones, like so many.
Mm-hmm.
So he was furious. He was absolutely furious.
Mm-hmm.
That same feeling of like foaming at the mouth, just visceral, guttural, bleh, coming out of him because we almost had it. We almost had it. Yeah, it's that same
Mm-hmm.
image I always get that's just right there at their fingertips. It's ours. And then it slips through their fingertips. Then he's one of them because he knows he's going right back to the slammer.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. His
So how so
number.
that's so in other words, from according to when we look at according to Steve Bannon, it's like we're interviewing him. See
Yeah.
here. So Steve Bannon, stop asking me. Stop asking me. Stop. It's like a monster. Remember Alien?
Yes, he is. That's exactly what it looks like. Ugh. He's got to wear 3 layers of clothes just to keep himself contained. The
Wow.
monster
So
contained. Oh, he's so
wow.
creepy.
So wow. Wow, and I see it's interesting. Now I'm showing an image of I didn't not asking, but I see image of Putin. Trash. What happened? We're supposed to take over the White House. What happened? What happened? It was almost there. It was almost there. Somebody had to do something wrong. I told Elon Musk, shut the F up. They're
Yeah,
talking too much. They had informations. Oh, they're almost there now, arresting people. Arrest my people. I put my whole life project on this. Now,
you
now
did.
trash men, now Bannon, fat men, all of them get nothing because they have big mouth. A big mouth. With my money. I give money to all these people. They did nothing. Trash uses crap. So,
It's so true.
wow. So he's pissed, like, no,
Yeah,
going to win. We are supposed to win the war Ukraine. War winning. No, there is no war winning. We cannot. We need the money from America to win the war. Now where is now? What do you go to window? You go
yeah,
there, window jump, or I push. Go get all these people in tall building, throw them building. I'm tired of these people. So,
exactly.
so they're like, he failed. I see that because put suddenly, and I see he's really finally he when this thing happens, he's scared. Now finally, my mofo is scared.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, so wow, because so oh no, no, okay, it's telling me because I okay, as it happens, I was about to ask a question to the spirit, and he already gave me an answer. The question I was going to ask spirit is, so how say no, Rosie, focus on the outcome. Don't worry about the little details. How? Just see.
right.
Say you don't know how. Even the people that are planning these actions don't know because there are so many different variables. They have different
Hmm.
plans because if one thing happens, they will do plan A, B, C, D, E, F. They have it's like
Exactly.
those people are trained to do this. So
Mm.
that is what happening. That was happening.
Yep.
Wow.
They have a whiteboard with
Mhm,
all the scenarios that could
mhm.
possibly happen.
So
And what do we do once this happens, this happens, this happens? Yeah.
okay. So now, so wow. So then I have one more question. We still haven't gotten to the NATO airplane, but so another question related to this. Then in
Hmm.
19, is the 19th rally of Trump going to happen? And is Trump going to be there? And so is the rally. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I see that there's like people show up for it, but I don't think I mean I think I don't know that it will happen honestly. I mean I okay. Do you pick up Karina?
Yeah, I've tried to sit with this several times, and now, okay, this could be the logical piece of me talking, but I feel like they are going to have to make this announcement before then because they don't want everybody descending on Washington for the inauguration or for the rally.
Mm,
So to me, but that could be my logical brain because, you know, when I go to really, really look in, I kind of get that shh,
mm,
like,
mm,
well, why wouldn't I be allowed to know that? But
mhm. Okay.
also, there, again, with the variables, there's so much happening this week. So
Wow. Okay.
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Mm-mm. Okay. Wow. Okay. So yes. All right. So let's just pause here and then go to the next subject. Okay. So wait, was I not recording Karina the whole time? No, right?
No, you weren't.
Oh,
That
so I
was,
was showing. Okay, all right.
you were just
So
showing
this
me.
is the part. Okay, I thought I was like, okay, no, we're not recording yet. So,
No.
let me just show you guys that. Hold on, I was talking about. Let's see. It's just sharing that this is the part of the NATO airplane. So you guys have seen it because many of you have sent it to me. This is from yesterday, and here it is. This plane. I was just looking into the plane situation. Yes, and I got that it's legit, and I got that
Hmm.
it could have been that it's the military person, the head of the military part of NATO, who is a general. I think probably also Dutch. I forgot his name. I think it's Ron something. And then I see that because then I showed Karina that today there's a speech of Mark Rutte in Europe. And then I was getting this is when I
Oh,
realized it wasn't being recorded. Let me share this part. This is
Toby
Mark
barked.
Rutte. What was that, Karina?
Toby barked on that one.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, and by the way, sometimes people ask Toby. Toby is Karina's dog. Okay, so here Mark Rutte is saying we are not at war, but we are not at peace either. The good news is that we know what we need to protect our people and way of life now and in the long term. We just need to do it. And stepping up our NATO EU cooperation is essential. So here he's talking to. So then this is the part when I realized that it wasn't recording was when I was saying
Right.
the spirits were saying, where was he? But he's talking about Europe. He's not talking about the US. Okay, so there's a parallel situation happening. And so the context, there was a context to that speech. So don't worry, things are happening. That's what I'm understanding. So now the big question is NATO here? He's saying yes.
Hmm.
Because NATO, wow, Biden is like, we called on NATO because it's an attack on one of us. It's an attack on all of us. Wow, that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm.
Wow, and it's so interesting. So maybe so is this whole fire situation going to turn into an attack on us kind of thing? Say yes, on top of the election. Yes. Wow. Wow. Is that Karina?
Wow.
Oh, and then it shows me again the image I saw earlier of the California governor explaining that their water systems were hacked
Hmm.
and that there was a drone attack that we talked about earlier today against that hit the airplane that was
Right.
that was delivering water. I mean, I can't even. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I can't
So,
either.
mm, so So that was that. Wow, Corinne.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
wow. And
Well, we did see it getting that horrific. We did.
hmm
And a fire like that is that for horrific. I don't care how much who you are, what you do for a living, how
hmm
much money you have. Going through something like that is absolutely
Nobody deserves. Nobody. I don't care.
terrifying, traumatizing. No one deserves that. No one. And to make it be a political war type situation, that's just unforgivable as far as
hmm
I'm
hmm
concerned.
hmm So,
Yeah,
so that's that,
unforgivable.
right? Yes, Corinne, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So, all right. So that's it, right, Corinne, for like, I don't know, because it's such an intense program today, right? And we'll be back tomorrow, I think probably earlier than today.
Okay.
But I think, right, Karina, like
Hmm.
this has to be done. I think it's like because I feel this energy of the truth coming out in
I
this.
do too.
And
Yep.
so and it's telling me here also, like, Rosie, don't worry, this week is like one day at a time. You can't even, it's almost like you can't predict the exact things. So okay.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
So
messages from spirit as well.
all right.
It's just a
So
day by day thing this week, and just, keep your eyes on the prize.
mm-hmm.
Don't look.
Yes,
I'm
yes. Wow.
feeling it's going to be very intense.
Wow. Yeah. So all right, Karina. So that was wonderful. Talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.